February market stats are out for the Charlotte area, specifically Mecklenburg County, and they're unusual. So I want to take a moment to go through these or go over these with you. It's a 39 page PDF. I will spare you that and just hit some highlights here. It's the first thing I always look at is a month supply of inventory on the market. So a balanced market, which is a market where buyers and sellers are, things are closing in a more normal manner. Sellers aren't giving anything away and buyers aren't having to do anything outrageous. That's considered a 3 or 4 month supply of homes on the market. Anything less than 3 months and it starts to sort of tiptoe into a seller's market. This time last year, we had a 1.6 month supply of homes on the market. So this time last year, we were a strong seller's market, and we didn't know where things were going to lead with COVID. A lot of people thought the market was going to tank and prices were going to collapse and people were going to move out of the city to suburbs or far off areas. That did not happen, thankfully. But one thing we have noticed is that homes are just not coming back on the market. We currently have a 0.6 month supply of homes on the market. So around a 2.5 week supply of homes listed. In my 16 years of selling real estate, I've never seen anything less than 1.5 as far as month supply. So 0.6 months is a incredibly challenging spot to be when you're a buyer right now. So sellers definitely have the strong upper hand when it comes to pricing and terms and getting what they want in the current market. This change year over year represents a 62% decline in homes available. Meanwhile, we're having a glut of folks move and corporate reloads and people coming to the Charlotte area for job opportunities. So this has presented a very interesting kind of turn of events. I don't think COVID quite panned out exactly how anyone planned or thought it would. The next thing I look at after looking at supply is the average pricing. So a year ago in February, homes were priced at $340 was the average sale price in Mecklenburg County. Now things are at $397, almost $400,000. And if we look forward looking to average list prices in the month of February, we're looking in the like 430-ish range. So I believe by the time we have March stats, which it's currently March 18th today, we should have March stats by mid-April. I think we're going to see average home prices in Charlotte into the 14 range, which is the first time that Charlotte's ever crossed that $400,000 average home price threshold. So it's quite interesting to see. Talking about flexibility of price, this is something we definitely have to coach buyers through. Is when you're offering on a home, this time last year there was 97.2%. So you had around 3% sort of flexibility to request for closing costs or purchase price reduction, that sort of thing. That's really gone away. We're seeing 99.5% is the average list price. So sellers are coming off an average of 0.5%. So it's definitely an interesting time to be a buyer. What we are really having to coach clients with is, with our market being so relo centric, we're having people from California, we're having people from the New England, Northeast area. Those markets, they've been used to how competitive our market is because they've heard, the San Francisco area, for instance, a few years back, it was normal. You waived contingencies, you went over ask, you came to the contract with a huge due diligence fee and earnest money. This was something that we always, didn't experience in our market. So these buyers are now coming into the Carolinas, and so we're having to coach, especially our local buyers, into, this is what's needed to be competitive right now, and a lot of it is quite shocking for folks. So that's what buyers are up against. We're seeing homes in the $300,000 to $400,000 price point receiving upwards of 20 offers. The luxury end of the market still is strong, but not, we're not getting 20 offers on homes that are 800 plus. There is still some flexibility there, but definitely, really hoping that inventory comes back online once folks are vaccinated, and hopefully the next couple of months, as COVID prayerfully comes to an end, we're back to somewhat of a normal market. We can start to see that supply sort of tick back up, but there still seems to be so many folks moving to the area or wanting to move up within the Charlotte market. I think that's been the most interesting thing with COVID, is it's made folks realize, if I've got to homeschool the kids in the house, if my spouse and I are both working from the house, we need more space. This home that we're currently living in just doesn't cut it. So we've seen an interesting sort of combination of events where people are moving out of super high cost markets like New York and California and coming into the Carolinas. And then we're also seeing local folks want to upsize and maybe buy a home that's already remodeled because they don't want to live through a remodel while they're working and teaching the kids from home. um, so it's been a really interesting time. If you've got a home to sell, you're thinking about selling, if you've got any sort of quirk or issue with the home that may make it less desirable, I'm thinking, power lines or proximity to highways, things like that. Now's a great time to get that home in the hands of another buyer who will take it, who will want it. If you're thinking about selling in a softer market, those homes with quirks, if you will, are much more challenging to move. So that's sort of the market in a nutshell. I think it's really important to work with a buyer's agent who really understands what's going on in the current market. You don't want to be, offer number 20 and find out that you were nowhere near close to winning the contract. If you're serious and you want to buy a home, you really want an agent who can help you make the stars align, figure out what matters to the seller, and make that happen. Also, if you're curious what your home is worth, if we spoke a year ago or even just a few months ago, at the current rate of appreciation, things are going up dramatically quick. So feel free to reach out. We can crunch some new numbers, and as always, we're happy to help.